Alright. First of all, why the fuck is the beta out a month before the game comes out? This isn't a fucking beta. This is an early access of the game. I seriously doubt that EA or DICE is gonna make any huge changes to their game through this beta. Sure, they may do a couple balance tweaks, which, oh my lord, do need to happen. Other than that, I don't see what they can really do in a month. I despise when game companies give the beta right before the game comes out. It's pretty much a, hey, this is what we got, fuck you, and enjoy it type of thing. Anyways, let's dissect this bitch, shall we? Honestly, if you're a visual fan, you'll love this game. The graphics are gorgeous with amazing scenarios such as dogfights going on right above you, the ships crashing down upon the battlefield, things blowing up in an array of sparks, lasers flying across the landscape, as well as the very live environments around you such as the tar pits in Drop Zone or the shifting snow in Walker Assault. The animations are also very well done with people blasting off with their jetpacks, the vehicle's gears moving into full motion. It's all around goodness. The characters look very nice too, nailing the looks of Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. Although the rebels, they do kind of look derpy, but I anticipate the release of character customization, and I feel that that'll probably fix that. But until then, I rate the graphics a solid 10 out of 10. One of the most beautiful games I have seen this year. Okay, wearing headphones is a must if you intend to play this game. There's a fantastic variety of sounds that play throughout the fights. Believe me when I say that they absolutely nailed the Star Wars aspect of sound. I believe this came from DICE's earlier games like Battlefield, and then they just adjusted it a bit to make it work, such as when you're running alone to an objective, you can hear the gunfire in the distance increase in volume as you get closer, or you can hear a laser whiffing right past your head that gives an impression of dying at any moment. Man, it's amazing. My only complaint with the audio was that it feels like they didn't really know when they wanted to add music. At times there wouldn't be any music playing during your battles, and it would sporadically begin, which was a bit off-putting. And when the music is off, you feel like you're more in a Battlefield sci-fi shooter. But when those epic beats sound, ah shit, you best believe that you're playing a Star Wars game. Woo! Amazing audio other than that issue with the music. 9 out of 10. Before we get into combat, let's discuss some of the modes that are presented to us. Single player / co-op is pretty fun. I mean, as fun as a horde mode can get, am I right? It looks like there's potential hopefully coming out with a campaign mode that you can play with friends like in the older Battlefront games. They did give a slight cutscene which gives you the feel of watching a Star Wars movie, which was awesome. But it was very short and only really gave setup to the horde mode. They did have classic characters like Admiral Akbar talking to you, which was pretty enthralling to hear, although you never really see their character other than a shitty Photoshop edit on the top left of the screen. I really hope there's a story mode coming. Drop Zone is just like any classic King of the Hill match where you have to protect a drop pod that fell from the sky. There's nothing much other than that, and it can get quite boring if played over and over. Walker Assault is more of a payload race / defend the towers type of game mode. It's a bit more, it has a bit more of replay value since you can achieve different vehicles and heroes as well as long or short combat, but there's nothing really new either. However, there's a ton of other modes that they didn't release, but hopefully those are a bit more enjoyable than the ones we're currently offered. 7 out of 10. Alright, enough of the dick sucking. Here comes the crucial part of the game. The part we're all worried about, and frankly, I wouldn't blame you. The gameplay. Or, in better terms, the combat. For this, we'll split into two categories: air combat and ground combat. Let's get the easy one out of the way. Air combat sucks! Imagine biting into a delicious looking steak. only to find out that they seasoned it with shit flakes. It may look nice, but it still tastes like shit. Air combat is super bland, only following around about 2 other enemy ships, with the controls feeling pretty clunky, which causes many crashes between the pilots, which is pretty humorous. I love that shit. If they intend to better the air combat, allow more vehicles in the air, and increase the turning speed, as well as adding some different customizations for the vehicles, that'll greatly improve their combat. But for now, I'm giving it a measly 3 out of 10. Ground combat. The fucking Jar Jar Binks of the game. Holy fuck, is the ground combat annoying. Well, at least in the Walker Assault mode it is. Drop zone, not so much, since it's just infantry fighting against infantry. But even that is slightly annoying due to the fact that accuracy is pretty much non-existent. I know that they're trying to be true to the films, but at least fix the accuracy of the blasters. It's pretty garbage. Spawn points are terrible, sometimes spawning right behind enemy lines or even spawning in the front lines, only to get insta-killed. Many times you're spawned so far away from the objective at hand that you can't really help out the cause of your team at all. Guns are terribly imbalanced right now as well. Good luck with fighting anyone that has a rank of 6 or higher, because they have the guns that will wreck your sweet little patootie. Speaking of the ranking system, they included these cards that you can buy, which is really just equipment you can purchase, but goddamn, it's not even worth buying shit because you want to save up for the OP weapons. Another OP item you can get in the battles are heroes, or hero tokens rather. Ugh. Once you collect those, you can turn into your side's hero and wreck shit with your saber, baby. At least that's not as OP as the vehicles, because holy fuck, once vehicles are involved, the place turns into a fucking jungle. So you achieve vehicles by picking up tokens the same way as you pick up heroes, which is dumb as shit. But once you get a vehicle, if you're at least somewhat competent with the clunky controls, I'm not, you will wreck ass. I've seen vehicles just killing people left to right just by spawn killing and destroying turrets. It's amazingly terrible. DICE, please fix at least the tokens. Fucking tokens. One thing I hate about this game is the fucking tokens. Everything's a token. You want a vehicle? Token. You want a rocket launcher? Token. You want to be the hero? Token. Want to not suck at this game? Token. At least in the older games, you were allowed the chance to be the hero by being chosen at random, not picking up a shitty looking token. And then they seriously couldn't have the vehicle sitting on the battlefield to enter them? Now that's just fucking lazy. Tokens need to be removed ASAP. That's one of the worst aspects of this game. Now, despite all that crap, it's still pretty fun to play when things are going smoothly. You feel like you're really in the Star Wars universe fighting stormtroopers or fighting rebels. That feeling's great. As I said before, the environments really help the gameplay. As you're shooting and ducking from explosions and lasers, it all just ties together and makes a cool Star Wars FPS. That being said, if you're looking for the old vibe of Star Wars Battlefront 2, you're not going to get it with this game. This is something completely new, and it does somewhat feel like a Battlefield game slapped on with Star Wars textures, which may not be a bad thing if you're into that. Altogether though, the combat in its current state is just not very great. If they had one thing to fix, it would be the ground combat. 5 out of 10. One thing that really upset me was that, again, this didn't feel like a beta. It's more of an early access. I looked around for feedback options, but all they do for you is after a certain amount of games they ask you for a small survey. And when they say small, they fucking mean small. It's literally 2 questions saying, what would you rate this game? A 1 out of 10. And then they give you a list of vague options to choose from to let them know what they should work on. Bullshit that they actually care about what we input. They have a month to gather the data and implement it. I seriously doubt they'll do much. all in all, the game isn't that bad if you like FPSs. If you're looking for that good old Battlefront 2 feel again, I'm sorry, but in its current state, you're just not going to get that here. This game has tons of potential. If they just listen to our feedback, this could be one of the best Star Wars games around. Until then, though, this game totals out to 6 out of 10. Thanks for watching my review of the beta. Hopefully, I'm hoping that the actual game will be a lot better than this. But, you know, here's hoping. If you have any opinions towards what I said, go ahead and put it in the comments below. I'll read them, and, you know, we'll have discussions and stuff. Don't forget to rate the video and subscribe if you haven't. I have plenty of other content that you may like. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!